actually have a love-hate relationship with Lore Olympus. On one hand, I actually like the art. I know the characters can look like a little wonky, and their anatomy like breaks itself. Like, you know, some characters just like shouldn't be able to like physically do the things that their limbs do. But you know, it's whatever. The colors uh, are there. I'm not really here. I'm just here for the art style. Okay, it's a very unique art style. It looks very nice. To me, I see like on Instagram, like some people just like think the art style is ugly and they don't like it, but like I like it. I think it's nice. It's very unique. I quite like the stiffness. Okay, that sounds mean. I That sounds like a backhanded compliment. I like the stiffness of the characters. I'm just gonna assume it's intentional, um, because otherwise I would be being very mean right now. But I like the stiffness of their characters. I like how they look. Some designs really aren't it, but you know, it's fine. We can't all have winners, right? But for the most part, it's fine. I hear people complaining about how the newer art style is not as good as the old, which is true. The like episode 1 and I think throughout like 40 is like peak, you know, peak Lore Olympus art. But that's not to say that the new style is bad. I think I kind of like it. I quite like it. The story, on the other hand, the actual like writing, the substance, just you're better off looking at the cover and not opening it to see what's inside. uh, anyway, when it comes to Persephone, her design is uh, boring. I'm just gonna say she's boring. She's one color, and that doesn't really do anything else because there are other pink characters in Lore Olympus, and they look exactly like Persephone, except they probably have like pointy ears, and I think that's it. I'm talking about Daphne, obviously. But she's not just pink, right? She has, I would say, like about 5 things that make up her character visually, right? So we got that she's short, she's pink, she has freckles. I hear some people say that the reason she's so bland is because she's a self-insert. I don't know if that's true, nor do I care. Self-insert characters can be just as good as non-self-insert characters. That's not really a thing for me. That's like, I don't really care, you know? Self-insert characters can be, have depth and can have good characterization. Them being self-inserts doesn't really have anything to do with it. So that doesn't really matter to me. I don't really care about that. I think in the original like Tumblr release, she had more pizzazz, she had more sass to her, but like I wouldn't know. I'm not gonna go into it. Correct me if I'm wrong. And that's basically it. That's her. I just wanna clear it out. I know why it's so simple and Persephone is like basic, and I know why the design is simple and basic, and I know why everybody else's design, you know, I get it. They come out with new chapters every Saturday. It's a lot of drawing, it's a lot of coloring. Everything has to be simple in order for the process to go by faster and for, you know, for it to be able to be ready to upload on Saturdays. I get that. I understand that. But for the purposes of this video, we're gonna go a little bit more complicated. I feel like my design could still be done and it be fine, but like, you know, whatever. The purpose of this design isn't to be put in a comic. It's just for fun. Okay, it's for fun. Don't be the fun police. Okay, it's fun. So let's just get into the design. So starting out, I wanted to go into design with the perspective of Persephone coming straight from the mortal realm, right? She's used to ancient Greek clothing. It's, from what the pictures I've seen, it's quite loose, except for like the bust area on some dresses anyway. And it's loose, you know, not much to it unless you got like an extra like shawl or something going on. And I don't think she'd be having like jewelry and stuff like that because she'd be like farming and stuff. So I don't think she'd, oops, because she'd be into like farming and stuff. So I don't think she'd be into like having like bracelets and rings and like dangly earrings on while she's like working, you know? It doesn't make sense. So I decided to give her a wrap skirt because, you know, it's loose. Quite literally, you have to wrap it around you and tie it. I think she would be very comfortable in it. It'd be breezy. It wouldn't like restrict her too much. It's a good choice. So, and as for like her, I gave her like a crop top type dealy. It like looks like a bra. It's not, okay? She probably has like a bra underneath it to support her. I kept her short too. Some people want to do a whole lot of reaching and say that like, you know, it's like not good for Persephone to be short. Like I do agree her like shortness and her height is very inconsistent, but just because she's short doesn't mean other things that you want it to mean. Okay? You're gonna strain yourself from all that reaching, okay? So that's already two things that I kept from like her original characterization, right? That's basically her outfit's super simple. I gave her like ancient Greek style sandals. I try to like give her like actual legitimate like ancient Greek sandals because, you know, those are kind of like universal. They can go into the modern day. But I couldn't find any like actual pictures or like drawings or whatever. It just like came up like modern day sandals. So like they might not be historically accurate or whatever, but they're there. It's something that she would be used to and, you know, ease her into this whole modern day thing. So let's address the elephant in the room. She's not pink anymore. I know, it's travesty. I know why she's pink, okay? I know why she's pink. She's like made from roses or what. I don't care. I kind of try to keep like the whole rose motif. It's not really motif, but the whole rose thing she's going on. So I kind of try to make her look like a rose. One, her wrap skirt kind of looks like a rose. I try to like, you know, as a little Easter egg or whatever. Her like body's the stem, because yeah, she is green, and her hair is the actual like flower itself. I don't know if that comes across. It was a little thing I tried to do. Okay. She's green because her mom's green. I know she's like not biologically Demeter's child, but in the original myth, she is. And I know, okay, in the original context of Greek mythology or whatever, everyone's related to everybody. So it's like it gets weird. People can get uncomfortable. And she was Zeus's kid too. Don't like freak out, okay? Literally everybody is related to everybody within the Greek pantheon, okay? I feel like not Demeter. Oh my god. I feel like Rachel making it to like removing all the incest. Okay, I'm not saying incest is good. Okay, that's absolutely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that with removing, you create like a lot of plot holes and stuff, a lot of weird shit when you remove that. You could just like come up with like some random like excuse like Percy Jackson did why everybody's related to everybody and how like, you know, and just like sweep that shit under the rug if you really wanted to. Come up with like some bullshit excuse, or you could just like not address it at all. I'll come up with a brief example and then we're moving on. So since Rachel tried to like not include the incest, Demeter, Hera, and Hestia are all siblings, right? And then, well, kind of, and then Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon are all brothers too, okay? And the brothers, they come from like the original, like it goes by with the original myth. They're Rhea and Cronus' kids. But the girls, the sisters, come from Metis, not biologically. They're like made up of like different materials or whatever. I don't read that chapter, so like I don't really know. But then it created some weird stuff where Demeter, Hera, and Hestia are all technically sisters. I'm just gonna say it, they're sisters, right? They were raised together. They call each other sisters, I think. Maybe, perhaps, I don't know. They treat each other like sisters. But Hera has her kid, right? Ares. And then Demeter has Persephone, and Ares and Persephone got a thing going on. But they're technically cousins. Yeah, see, now you created something weird, Rachel. You created something a little weird. Because they're not biologically related. But I don't think you ever want to put in the technically before something, right? Just like, whereas like if it was like going by like actual mythology, it wouldn't matter like one bit because everybody is doing everybody, okay? And then later on, I think like in the most recent chapter, we find out that Metis had a thing with Zeus when Zeus is married to Metis' daughter, so he fucked her mom. And then he fucked Hera's mom. And okay, it gets weird. Like it's a lot of like technically, which you never want to add like technically at the beginning of something because then it's weird. So I made her green. And I tried really hard to like give her bright hair, but it just didn't work with the green. Like I just tried to make it work, okay? So she has this dark pink color for her hair. I think it looks nice. I tried it with like brighter. She just looked like a My Little Pony, she looked like an Equestria girl when I gave her like brighter hair. So I gave her darker hair. I think she looks nice in it, so like it's whatever. Freckles. I gave her freckles. Because, she had them originally, and I think it makes sense because, like, soil and stuff like that. I kept them. There's nothing wrong with them. They're there. And they make her stand out. I actually modeled her face after a cosplayer named, Simply Honey on Instagram and TikTok, I think. Why, you might ask? Well, she's really pretty, for one. And for two, she did this, like, one cosplay. I don't know like what it is. It might just be like some random outfit that she like put together. But that like screamed Persephone to me. So I modeled her face. Not very good, okay? I'm not good at like replicating IRL people into my art style. But like her face. I tried to like, base it off of that. I gave her brown eyes because dirt and that's it, dirt. Right, the pin. I can't believe I almost forgot the pin. So I gave Persephone the pin that Demeter gives her. The one where it's worthless. That scene pisses me off so much. But, it's just like a scene where they're looking for Persephone and, well, Persephone like is on the run because of plot. And she tries to like pawn some of her stuff. And she, like, puts out, like, the comb Hades gave her, and then the pin Demeter gave her, and the pawn owner or whatever is just like, yeah, that pin that your mother gave you, it's fucking worthless. This shit that, like, your sugar daddy gave you, that's fine. Like, I can work with it or whatever. And, it just, I'm gonna do Demeter, okay? I have, like, a couple characters I want to do after Persephone, and maybe I'll do more after that. Perhaps if these videos do well. But I'll talk about that when I get to Demeter, okay, in a different video. But I decided to say fuck you to that scene because it pissed me off. So I gave her the pin. She like pinned it to her the knot on her wrap skirt because they love each other. Okay, Demeter and Persephone love each other. The new episode pissed me off because we know for sure that they're not gonna reconcile. They don't even have a nuanced relationship or anything. I just feel like Demeter gets spit on way too much, okay? Demeter is like probably like my favorite character. It's probably my second favorite, I want to say. And can you guess who she was at the beginning of the video? Can you guess who my favorite character in Lore Olympus is? Yeah, so I just gave her the pin. Because if I had to rewrite it, I would make it to where it was like an Owl House situation, where Persephone and Demeter have a really good relationship. They love each other, but Persephone wants to live in the underworld and be queen of the underworld and be with Hades. But like she's kind of torn because she's like, oh, but my mother and Hades have a terrible relationship, but I love Hades, but I also love my mother. So like, it would add more drama. The drama, it would just, chef kiss. It would be great. I'm not saying it would be better. I'm not saying I'm a good writer. I'm not saying I'm better than Rachel, okay? I'm just saying that it was a missed opportunity, and I hate how the comic and every other Greek adaptation or Greek mythology adaptation just like pisses on Demeter, and I hate it, okay? She doesn't deserve that. What else can I talk about? I gave Persephone a little bit of tummy chub, because I think in like some panels, very wishy-washy, in some panels she's thicker, like she has like stretch marks and stuff. I don't know if she's supposed to be like a plus size character. I do not see her as a plus size character. Sometimes she's like thin as a pencil. And when it comes to her like waist, she's got like big titties, a small waist, and then a big ass, right? So it's like whatever, Some people think that she's plus sized. I try to make her she's not plus size. She's like mid size, right? She's got the big titties. She's got a little bit stomach chub. I try to give her like thicker arms. She has thicker thighs and calves. Yeah, I think that's basically it. Here's the final product. There she is. She's looking nice. Follow me on Instagram. This drawing will be on my Instagram. I don't know if it'll look good because Instagram's uploading is some bullshit. But it'll be there if you want to look at it with your eyes. Subscribe. I'm gonna post 3 more at the very least redesigns. And if, like I said, if those do good, then I might do more. But yeah, that's basically it. Have a lovely day.